Creeper! So we're back, and it's sprinkling a little bit. It's not the greatest of weather, but that's not going to stop me from creeping into a place that I've wanted to come back and visit. I actually came through just to get some information, but when I was here, I saw some really cool, interesting relics, and I wanted to show you guys also some other things here that are really cool, including some world-famous miniatures and also some other goodies that are kind of tied into the holidays. But if you can see behind me here, we are at the Gresham Historical Museum. Stay tuned. If you guys are like me, you remember Santa Land and also Myron Frank, which is no longer, but for many years was the happening spot to go to all year round, but more specifically during Christmas time. People would go travel here from all over the world really to come see Santa Land, which we actually had the pleasure of visiting a couple years back over at the Oregon Historical Society. If you guys want to go back after this vlog and check it out. But look at this. This is the actual Myron Frank clock. If you guys can hear it. Hard at work here. So here is the Myron Frank secondary clock. This wasn't the big one that everybody knew, but these were, I believe, placed around the store, and I believe they were all intertwined to where when these would connect up to the bigger one.
Hi everybody, I'm April Lindstedt. I'm the docent at the Gresham Historical Museum for today, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about our Meier and Frank store display. One of the things that we have is two clocks that are famous from the Meier and Frank store. The big clock is the one that was connected to all the other clocks that kept the clocks on the right time. So all the clocks were connected, and there was one clock that was hung down at the bottom of every escalator in the whole store. And the clocks became famous because families would go to the store together, and they would disperse amongst the whole store, the kids to the toy store, and like we all do, we all go to the store together and disperse. And people wanted to be able to meet together at a certain point, so they would meet at the bottom of the clock at a certain time, and that's how that term got coined, meet me under the clock, when people would meet there at a certain time. That's so cool, because it was basically, I mean, there was no cell phones or anything, so it was kind of just a space that people knew. Right. They could say, hey, at 2 we'll all gather here, and it's a safe spot, everybody knows where to be. That's right. And the whole family could come down to Myron Frank, and especially during the Santa Land time. But it was kind of like a one-stop family shop for everyone, huh? That's kind of how it was. Everybody, the whole family would gather together in one place and be able to have a designated location where they knew what time it was, because they didn't have watches or clocks as much as we do today. So, right. That's so cool. Thank you so much for your time. You're welcome. It was nice to meet you.
For all the people that miss going to Myron Frank during Christmas time, like we were saying, for Santa Land, they've got some really cool relics here. Gosh, it's so nice that they've been able to hang on to all this nostalgia for all these years. Check this out, an actual flyer for Toyland, which I believe was the original name for Santa Land. But there it is, the flyer for... Oh man, that brings back such good memories. I love Myron Frank as a kid. And if you look closely here, they've got some more, looks like some flyers from the old Toyland, maybe some postcards, and some vintage greeting cards. Gosh, those are so cool. And definitely Myron Frank was the place to be all the time, but more importantly during the holidays. Let's creep over here though, because I saw some really cool other things. Check this out, you guys. This is a button from 1988. You can see there's Santa. If you would have came to visit him back in 1988, that's the Santa now. If I recall, it was the same Santa for many years. Myron and Frank brought him back. I think that's him. Let me know if you guys know in the comments. And if you did get your picture taken with Santa, you probably left with one of these picture envelopes here. Here's a daily bulletin from the store. And as I got in a little bit closer with the camera here, I can see there's an actual letter to Santa. Dear Santa Claus, give me a little brother Skippy. Nice. Gosh, that's cool. The old Myron Frank. Oh, 1949, December 15th. And the Historical Society also has a really cool little gift shop here. And they've got some throwback items. They've also got some newer Christmas ornaments here that have to pertain all about Gresham. Here's Lindman Station. If you guys recognize that, we actually vlogged that before. And then there's a couple other little commemorative little ornaments you can go home with, or you can purchase for someone. Here's an actual ornament of the building itself. Gosh, that's cool. Whoever did those did a great job. And they've also got some other goodies you can pick up. Alright, these next pieces are incredible. These are miniatures designed and created by a gentleman by the name of Bruce Plum. And these are just incredible. And I will leave links and more information about Mr. Plum's creations. He's a world-renowned, I believe you pronounce it miniaturist. There's a lot of people that design and create these, but his stand out because of his intricate woodwork on the flooring and roof and basically the whole things. If you ask me, these are incredibly awesome. And the more you look, the more detail and intricacy appear in these things. Are just crazy cool. So I wanted to show you guys these as well. There's a couple more here. This one's got some stained glass windows. I love that pattern on the floor too. That is so cool. Let's peek the camera in here a little closer. You can see each window's detailed, intricately painted. There's a castle on that one. If you look up here, there's some flowers and just amazingly detailed work. There's a little mountain and a waterfall. Wow, just incredible. This one though right here is probably my favorite of the three. This one is just outstanding. We're just going to take a look. I'm not even going to say anything. Wow, that is incredible. So this is from 1913?
Yes.
Wow, the Oregonian.
Yeah.
See that, you guys? And she's going through it here. That's how they preserved them. Oh, I find that so fascinating. And you're just kind of looking at what the old... What were you doing exactly?
Trying to identify what the ads look like from that time period, to see if there's anything interesting that we might use in our any of our displays.
Very cool. Wow, those really do preserve them very well. I mean, with the paper being that old, I mean, that's incredible.
And we take care of them by preventing the oils from our fingers getting on the paper, so we wear the white gloves for preserving the paper.
When we were kids, we would joke about that with our comic books, but you guys really do it.
Yes, we do.
That's cool. Well, thank you for sharing that.
That's gonna do it from the Gresham Historical Museum / Society. If you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe. You can ring that bell. That way when I creep, you guys will be the first to creep. What an incredibly awesome place. And those miniatures really blew me out of the water, how awesome those are. All the Myron, Frank, Santa Land stuff. Love you guys. Creeper out for now. Peace.
Meier and Frank, this season share the best.
Wrap up excitement this Christmas for fantastic savings.
It's special, it's by